Yes guys, this is Nearly Last and welcome. In this video what we're going to be talking about is some more Titanfall 2 news, and this is in regards to talking about game modes. Now, there are a lot of new game modes that are on the way that we haven't actually heard about, but what we're going to be talking about in this particular video is the replacement of attrition. Now, as we remember from attrition, this is pretty much the bog standard team deathmatch game mode from the original Titanfall. This one you're basically just running around against human players and against AI as well, and it was the first team to get to 300 points. And in that particular game, the way that actually worked point-wise was that you had 1 point for grunts, 1 point for spectres, 4 points for the pilots, 5 points for titans, and if you got a pilot and a titan together, you got 9 points. And like I say, it was the first to 300, and then that team would win. So it's just a bog standard, normal kind of team deathmatch. But this particular actual game mode has been replaced. This will no longer be in Titanfall 2 whatsoever. And for me personally, I was a little bit surprised, but I've got to be honest here, I'm actually quite excited for what it has been replaced with. Now, it has been replaced with a new game mode called Bounty. Now, this one for me sounds like it's going to work a lot better, because the problem with attrition and the way that the maps actually flowed with the original Titanfall, sometimes it got a bit annoying actually trying to locate especially other pilots. Now, once people started getting titans and things like that, obviously it was easy enough to be able to locate then, but pilots were a bit of a nightmare. Obviously they blended in well with the grunts and the spectres, but there was no designated areas or anything else to actually go to. It's just free roaming, lots of different levels. And with Titanfall, the maps weren't particularly small. They weren't crazy large like a battlefield or anything else like that, but they were a little bit larger, and sometimes, like I say, it was a bit annoying to actually locate people. But moving forward now into Titanfall 2, they have addressed this particular issue, and what they're going to be bringing us is this new game mode Bounty. Now, what it is in this particular game mode, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to race to certain designated areas. In those designated areas are going to be AI. Yes, the AI is going to be back for that particular one, and also in regards to that, this is where the pilots are going to go, because in these designated zones, this is where you've got to kill people to get your points and whatnot else, and the AI will be dropping into this particular location as well, and they will be dropped into there by means of like pods and whatnot else as well. Now, this particular game mode is a bit of a twist on hardpoint. Now, instead of like hardpoint or King of the Hill, whatever you want to call it, where you have to hold down a particular location and fight your enemies off, this time everybody can actually go to this little location, and then straight away in that location it is a bit of a slaying match. You know, no one's going to actually steal this particular hardpoint or King of the Hill or anything else like that. The idea is to kill as much as you possibly can before you move on to the next designated zone. So for me personally, this is absolutely brilliant, because straight away you're not going to have to worry about roaming around the map just trying to find people or anything else like that. The AI are going to be dropped into these designated zones, and in these designated zones with these AI, they are going to carry a lot of points as well. Apparently they're not going to just carry you like your normal 1 point or anything else like that. These guys are going to carry quite a lot of points, and they are going to give you something to think about as well, because if you're chasing down a pilot or anything else like that, trying to kill him, and then a pod drops next to you with, say, lots of different grunts and anything else like that, you have the chance then to earn more points by slaying all those grunts instead of having to go after that particular pilot. So it's going to give you a little bit of something to be thinking about, and it does make the AI in the particular game a lot more worthwhile using. So for me personally, this is a big giant step forward, because one, I absolutely love hardpoint. I love my objective-based game modes, and giving it a nice little twist like this and sticking it with team deathmatch, I think is going to work very well, because like I say, with the way that the grunts are and everything else like that, where they're going to be dropped, everybody's going to charge into that one location, and it's going to be like a big slayer match. You don't have to worry about roaming around the maps just trying to locate people straight away. Now, as the game actually builds on and goes on and through the actual match towards the end, people will start getting their titans. Now, at the same sort of time that people are going to be starting to get their titans, the AI will start to drop in larger waves. So they don't just sporadically coming out, a few here, a few there. As the game actually goes on, you get larger waves of AI as well. And apparently it's the first team to the highest score in 15 minutes. I'm not too sure if there's a whole like top score, like a 300 or something like that you have to get to. Apparently it is the highest score after 15 minutes. So that's going to be very interesting to see if the game does stay for the whole 15 minutes or if there isn't an actual top score. I would imagine there would be some sort of top score, but this for me is a lot better way of actually working it, because we've got a mixture between now hardpoint and team deathmatch, and in regards to that, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be able to locate people very easier, and as soon as people get into those locations, you can just slay people very easily. And then also, if you want to play in a different way, say like you're trying to use snipers or something like that, and you want to pick off a bit of a distance, you know exactly where people are going to be going, and even then, you can probably drop your your long lines of sights into those locations and start picking off people that kind of way as well. So you can probably do it a bit more tactically, and especially with the Titans as well. If everybody starts getting Titans pretty much all the same sort of time, they're all charging into these sort of locations as well, it is going to make the game very chaotic, a lot fast paced, and personally for me, that's exactly what we want from this particular game. We want it fast paced, we want to have a nice bit of a Slayer mission, and if they can make it fast and furious with making it worthwhile, killing AI as well as pilots, I am, for one, absolutely excited to be getting my hands on time with this particular game mode. I hope they will be bringing this when they do drop us the beta very soon. But anyway, guys, let me know exactly what you're thinking. Are you happy with this new game mode that's going to be coming about and it has been switched out for attrition, or would you much rather have stuck with attrition than this particular game mode? But anyway, guys, leave it all in the comment section below. It'd be absolutely amazing to hear from you. But coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you're jumping on that, and guys, you can smash that like button for me. It'd be absolutely fantastic. This is Nearly Last, and I'll catch you later.